what's ripening YouTube? I want to give you guys a little bit to think about for your agroforestry when you are designing and when you are incorporating bananas into your system. So there's a lot of different types of bananas you can grow, assuming you're in a climate for that. But one of the considerations that I've started to tune into lately is the height of the banana, because of a couple of things, and I'll show you those right now. So one thing that I've noticed is, tall bananas like what you see behind me, these are actually rather young mats of Saba banana. This is right here. These were planted last year. They grow nice and tall. They hold the fruit way up high, out of the way, okay? Now that can be a little bit of a challenge when you're harvesting the fruit if you're inexperienced with harvesting bananas, because it's a lot of mass coming down and it can be difficult to control if you're not used to that kind of thing. But what it does is it puts the canopy way up high and it gives you access down your laneways. Where we're going right now, I have these big wide pathways. This is a big wide pathway, but if you're going to be getting into a more intensive agroforestry where you've got your main lines and you've got a bunch of either service lines or garden bed lines, having things that aren't leaning over and pushing into your area can be a real advantage. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm walking up to another area where I've got dwarf bananas. The advantage of the dwarf bananas is that obviously they're shorter. The ones that I grow actually are every bit as productive as the tall version of that variety. These are the Namois. They're way easier to harvest because the fruit is literally at eye level or below. I'll show you that right here actually. The bananas are right here. And this is actually relatively tall for the dwarf Namois. Sometimes they're actually leaning and laying on the ground. The problem with this variety, in terms of intensive agroforestry, which I'm not going to have a great example because I've been pulling them out of this area, but the problem is, let's see if we can get to a good one. When they actually grow and they lean out, you can try to imagine this. So this banana here, when it starts to lean, it's going to lean right on top of my tree, versus one that's taller is going to lean above my tree, and the leaves aren't going to interact so much with the canopy of the tree. Probably doesn't seem like a big deal, but I think it's an important distinction. What I've actually done here in this part of my mango orchard, I'm taking the bananas away from my main tree lines, and now I'm planting tall bananas down my midlines. And the reason I have them down my midlines is because these bananas, as they grow up, are not going to interfere with my pathway. They're going to be up higher. So I'm going to still have my access through here. I can still harvest my mangoes, can still get in here and maintain the system. I still get a little banana crop in here. So that's something I wanted to point out, something for you to consider. There isn't always a one thing that fits everything. There may be a reason for you to plant dwarf bananas. There may be a reason to plant tall bananas. It really depends on your use case, and just thought that would be something to share with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Comment down below, give me a like, share with all your friends, and get out there and get growing. I'll see you guys next time.